What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Dividend Obsession. It's the end of June. It is the end of quarter two, so it is time for a dividend recap. In this video, we're going to be going over my buys for June, who paid me and how much they paid me, also my portfolio progress to this point in the year, halfway point, and my goals that I had in quarter two, if I achieved them, and setting new goals for quarter three. So let's jump right into it. All right, so the first thing we're going to go over here is my buys for the month of June. I have each account down here at the bottom. So we're just going to go through these as quick as possible to just show the overall progress. This was a smaller month contribution-wise for me, and we'll get into that later in the video. So you guys can see right here, I did really good this month of buying several days. I try to buy every day if possible. Certain days I forget and I just don't have the time. Certain days I just don't have the money. Whatever the circumstance might be. But I did pretty good at buying a lot of days. And then right here, what we're going to do is look at the stocks. So we have Apple, AbbVie, Illinois Toolworks, Microsoft, NextEra Energy, NVIDIA, Pool Corp, Starbucks, and ExxonMobil. Right in column J is how many total shares I was able to purchase of each of these companies throughout the month. So you can see I didn't even actually purchase one total share of any of the companies throughout the month. Like I said, smaller contributions this month. But I was able to purchase 4.359 total shares this month in the IBA, so small wins there. So we're going to scroll over here a little bit. You'll see in column K, we have the average price. That's not super important, but what you can do here is you guys can look up the current price of all these companies and see if I made or lost money based on when I bought these companies. And then the last thing is how much I spent per company. So you can see Apple, $84. I spent $112 on Pool Corp, $44 on Starbucks, and so on and so forth. In total, $609.22 was spent and invested in my IBA this month. So next, we're going to jump over here to the Roth IRA. Again, I did set a goal for my Roth IRA. This wasn't like a big goal that I talked about in a previous video, but I wanted to have all my money spent by the second Tuesday because I picked Tuesday as my day to invest. I wanted to have all my money spent by that second Tuesday of June. Main reason being that, like, if I was splitting it up into, a bunch of everyday transactions or even every week transactions throughout the rest of the year, the amounts I was investing was so small. I just wanted to get it in the market. And also, most of these companies are, well, actually, 95% of these are ETFs, and most of them pay in their 3, 6, 9, 12 payers. So I wanted to get that money in before the ex-dividend date so I can get the payments for June, then get the payments for September and December, and all my money that I have is invested. So that's kind of my motivation behind that. And you guys will see here I have QQQJ, QQQM, SCHD, SPYG, Tesla, VNQ, and VOO. It looks like I was able to buy two whole share, 2.384 total shares of QQQJ, 1.075 shares of SPYG. Again, here's your average price if you guys are interested in that. I was able to buy 4.747 total shares in my Roth IRA this month, which I like that. Always could be more, but do what you can. So the sum over here is how much I spent in each one. And this is all based on my allocations. I have different allocations for each of these, VOO being the highest, and SCHD and I think VNQ are the two lowest. But all that to say, $318.98 was how much I spent in the Roth, and all of my money in the Roth is now invested. So that's good news for me. 401k, I got paid twice this month, so I had the 13th and the 24th. Money went in. I was able to buy 10.899 shares, so almost 11 shares in my Roth IRA this month, which is great. I just, work and they put the money in automatically. And it was $866.44 went into the 401k this month. So that's a really good number. I like seeing that. So last but not least, we have the HSA. I try to also buy every day here. You'll notice that there are a couple days missed, and there are no days before the 13th. That was because for some reason recently my job is taking so the HSA money comes out of my account out of each check. It's supposed to be like 158.03 or 152.08 or something like that. It's supposed to come out each check. But they've been taking it out, all of it in one check. I don't know why. It ends up being the same amount anyway, so one check's just bigger than the other, which is fine. But because they do that, I didn't realize that until halfway through this month, and I was able to plan accordingly. But I was just thinking that I was somehow contributing more into the HSA, so I was just spending all that money quicker. So from now on, I should be okay. I actually have a little bit of something to tell you guys about the HSA, if I can remember at the end of the video. But anyway, so we have the small cap. We did 8.232 shares this month, average price of $21.15, and I spent $174.23. I do have cash remaining in my HSA. More on that later if I remember. And then the last tab. So what I wanted to do here, this is how many shares I bought of each company. Here's the account. Here's the shares, or here's the ticker. Here's the number of shares. Here's how much they pay annually in dividends. And all I did in column E was multiply the annual dividend times the number of shares I bought to figure out how much in dividend income I added just in the month of June. So IBA, I ended up adding $11.58 in income just in June. Roth IRA was $4.32, 401k $5.15, and the HSA $1.89. All that to say I added $22.94 to my dividend income just in June, and I contributed $1,968.87. So what we're going to do next is we're going to jump into who paid me in June. And we're just going to do this account by account. So we have the IBA right here. On the 1st, I got $2.04 from Visa. On the 9th, I got $2.86 from Microsoft. The 10th, I got $15.53 from ExxonMobil. The 15th, I got $5.52 from NextEra Energy. And on the 30th, I got 13 cents just in basically interest from the cash I have sitting in my account. And that's going to lead right into how much I made in my IBA in the month of June. So I ended up making a grand total of $26.08 in June of 2022. And you guys will notice that is a reduction from June of 2021. Again, I had different holdings, different goals in 2021 than I have now. I feel like my portfolio is in a way better position. I've grown as an investor since then. So it was a 17.7% decrease between June of 2021 and June of 2022. But we're here for big goals. The quarter two growth went from $55.94 in 2021 to $63.77 in quarter two of 2022, which is a 14% gain. These gain numbers aren't going to be as big as they were in the past. We're obviously going to shoot for that. I'd love to, grow my dividend income by 149% every quarter. That'd be great. It's not realistic, but a 14% raise year over year, not many people get that in your day job, and that's where you actually go to do work, and this is passive. So if I can make a 14% year over year, that's basically what that equates to. Year over year, I'm making 14% more this year at this time than I was last year at this time. So that's really good there. All right, and the next one we're going to be taking a look at is the dividend income from my Roth IRA. So you guys can see here on the 24th, I got $4.59 from SPYG. 27th, $5.48 from SCHD. On 6/28, I got $3.28 from VNQ. On 6/30, I received $4 in interest just from the money sitting in the account. Also on the 30th, I got $2.74 from QQQJ. And also on the 30th, $3.19 from QQQM. That all leads into how much I made in June in my Roth IRA, which was $19.45. Again, this is a little bit lower than what it was in March. I think this is really just because I have a lot of ETFs, and ETFs don't really have like consistently growing dividends like I'd shoot for with my individual stocks. So they go up some months, down some months. It really varies. At the end of the day, I just want to keep contributing to these positions and keep building them and watching them grow over time. So right here, the big thing where $15.27 is what I made total in 2021 when I first started my Roth, and I'm already up to $41.60 in half a year in the Roth IRA since then. So we're doing really, really good compared to last year, already 172% gain on there. So we're looking good there. All right, and last but not least, I wanted to show you guys all my dividends or interest received, no matter how big, how small. So we're going to go to the HSA. I actually received 9 cents in interest in June in my HSA just from the cash I have sitting there. A little bit more on this. So we're going to go over here to the tracker. So the 9 cents right here, I have it tracked in here. We're doing really good compared to last year. Last year at this time, we were sitting at about 3 cents, and we're at 9 cents this time. So we're killing it. However, I was supposed to get a dividend payment. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. So this one pays out. It was supposed to pay out June 7th. It's a June and December semi-annual ETF that I have in my HSA. And I never got a payment for this. I don't know if I call Fidelity on that, or if any of you guys know anything about that. That'd be great if you guys could share. It's FSSNX is my stock or my ETF I have in there. But yeah, I just never got paid for that. So I don't know if they switched to annually or whatever. But December was always the big payment for this one. So we'll see what happens in December. Also, you guys can see right down here. Let me move myself out of the way. So you guys can see right down here, my goal, I just thought of this not too long ago. I wanted to try to get $5,000 invested in that. And then I'm thinking about seeing if I can add SCHD to my HSA account just to increase that dividend income and try to get a little bit bigger cap companies in here. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do for July and going forward is I'm going to just try to add SCHD. I don't know. We'll try to get that one to 5,000 too, and then it'll be a 50-50 split, and then I can just back and forth between the two. I think that might be a good goal for me. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys everything on this. All right, and one of the last things we're going to do here is I wanted to show you guys all of my accounts put together and what they ended up bringing me in. So this is where it gets exciting because, right, it's you have all these little accounts working on their own, but it all feeds into, what I'm making passively in dividend income. So right here, you guys can see for the month of June 2022, I made $45.62 in dividend income. That's passive income. I didn't do anything but put money in. And then the rest of it, worked on its own. So if we're going to compare that to June of 2021 and quarter two of 2021, so we have 45.62 this month, and we had 31.68 the same month last year, which is a 44% growth. And quarter two of 2021, I made $71.05 total. And at the end of quarter two in 2022, I'm up to $109.46. Other than December, this is my only month I've ever earned over $100 in a month total, which is very, very exciting. We're getting there. That is a 54.1% growth quarter over quarter, year over year. So really, really excited about that. We're keep going, working small, working hard, and you guys will get to watch the growth of this portfolio. And then the last thing I wanted to show you guys here real quick, I have at the bottom of my All Investments tab, I have a little thing. So down here at the very, very bottom, we have total shares. So I just finally eclipsed 900 total shares this month. And I also eclipsed, let me drag over here for you guys. I also finally eclipsed in all of my accounts combined $700 in yearly income. You're not going to live off of $700 in yearly income, obviously. I don't think you could live off of $700 in monthly income. But again, the whole part of this channel is I'm trying to educate you guys, show you guys that anybody can do this. It doesn't matter how late you start or how much you can start investing with. Anybody can do this. And it all starts small. It starts compounding, and then over time, before you know it, this will turn into $1,000 and $2,000 and $10,000 and so on. So just a little bit of motivation right there for you guys. And if we want to go down here, so we have the total shares, and I have this down here just for easy comparison. So at the end of 2021, I was at 642 total shares. So I'm already up 250, almost 300 shares. We're getting close to 300 shares there. And then I have the same thing over here where we can see the dividend income, where you can see right here at the end of 2021, I made $356.30 in total income, and I'm up to $702 in total income halfway through this year. So we're getting close. I'm going to try to see if I can maybe get a 3x on this, 2.5x. Right now, we're getting really close to double what I was at. I was at 98 cents per day. I'm at $1.92. So we're getting really, really close to that double mark, which is great, halfway through the year. So we're really making progress. All right, and the last thing I wanted to do here with you guys is I wanted to recap my quarter 2 goals and then also set some new quarter 3 goals. So the quarter 2 goals I wanted to finish maxing out my Roth IRA. As we discussed in last video, I was able to do that on April 5th, 2022. I wanted to begin aggressively investing into my IBA for the rest of the year. So I was able to start putting money into this account at the beginning of April and will continue to add any investing money I have to this account for the rest of the year. I'll speak a little bit more on why I'm a little hesitant on that. And then my third goal for quarter 2 was to start balancing out my IBA. So I actually have, let me show you guys this. I think I showed this in last video, but I can show it again. I have a little balancing thing here down at the bottom, right down here. So you guys can see right here's my goal allocations. I have Apple and Microsoft at 11%. I have Pool, Starbucks, and AbbVie at 10%, and then all the other ones are at 8%. I don't want to have more than 5% in each one. I don't have enough stocks to have less than 5% in each one. This is what I'm comfortable with at this point, and I'm just trying to get my portfolio balanced out to that. I'm getting really close up here. You can see Microsoft and Apple are at 10.2-ish%, and we're getting some nines in here. Those are the ones that are supposed to be at 10%. And then all the ones that are at 7 are the ones supposed to be at 8%. So we're getting really close to being balanced out there. It's a work in progress, but that was one of my goals for quarter 2. And then my last goal for quarter 2 is I wanted to start doing some research to add new positions to my portfolio. So I have a few companies on my watch list, but I'm not really worried about adding any new positions until I'm able to get really balanced out. I just really want to build up these positions and start having some actual equity in companies before I start adding too many other places, putting my eggs in too many baskets. I really want to just build these up right now, and then we can look to add maybe in quarter 3 or maybe in quarter 4. So last but not least, what I wanted to do is set those quarter 3 goals. So my first goal for quarter 3 is I want to try to keep adding at least $500 a month into the IBA. I have a decent amount of life events and like big bills coming up here soon. So my investing intensity might be a little bit lower than I would like. But what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to keep this chugging. Try to put $500. I preach to pay yourself first. So if I can just make sure I put that 500 back and then cut back other places, I really don't waste a lot of money. So that might be a little difficult, but we're going to see what we can do. Second thing I want to do is stay consistent with my YouTube upload. So I've been doing great. I started the channel January 28th of 2022. I have not missed an upload. I've uploaded every Monday and every Friday since I started the channel. I really want to keep that. As I mentioned, I have some life events and big expenses coming up soon. So if I can get these videos cranked out, if I can get them uploaded, if I can get them recorded and edited and the whole 9 yards, I really want to keep that schedule for you guys. And that's really all the ideas I can think of right now for my goals for quarter 3. As I think of them or something comes up, I can add them. You guys will stay tuned for the July, August, September dividend recap videos at the end or beginning of the following month. So stay tuned for that, for any goals that might pop up on that list. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I really appreciate your guys' support. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button for me to help out the channel. Make sure you guys are subscribed so you guys don't miss any of that content that comes at you every Monday and every Friday. And then also make sure you guys are commenting down below. If you guys have your own dividend portfolio, let me know how much you guys were able to bring in June of 2022. Give me your quarterly numbers. Tell me how much you grew. I'm really excited to see all that. But until next time, see ya.